Chapter 14. Homecoming. Zoe and I returned to the orphanage. To my surprise, it was still there. After the apocalypse began, the military had converted some welfare institutions into temporary shelters. Ours was one of them. The area had been cleared out, no zombies in sight. It was actually safe. The children still lived there, sharing space with the evacuees. That meant it was open. We could go inside. And the moment I stepped through the door, I saw him. The person I'd been obsessing over for 10 years. The one I'd never once forgotten. He still looked 14, but in reality, he had to be 34 by now. He was crouched down, gently coaxing two kids to eat some biscuits. His face was still boyish, but his demeanor, the way he moved, the subtle weariness in his eyes, revealed the man underneath. The weather was warm here, yet he was bundled up in a thick military coat, coughing into his hand now and then. Zoe and I exchanged glances. His expression was complicated. He didn't have the same kind of obsession I did. His mind was still intact, healthy, but that didn't mean he hadn't cared. Suddenly, I didn't want to face any of it. I wanted to run, fast and far, but I wouldn't let myself. So I walked forward, step by step. He sensed someone approaching, looked up at me, then looked at Zoe. His eyes were guarded, wary, unfamiliar. He stepped in front of the children, shielding them. "Are you here to see the dean?" I stared at that face, so familiar, yet now completely alien. In all the time we'd known each other, he'd never once looked at me like that. And now, seeing him alive, seeing that wary look in his eyes, I was finally forced to admit the truth. 14-year-old me had been a complete and utter idiot. His death had changed the entire trajectory of my life, and he didn't even remember me. Suddenly, that old feeling crept back, the one where I called and speak no matter how hard it read. My throat locked up, my voice stuck. I swallowed hard over and over, until I finally managed to force out 2 trembling syllables. "Barry." He looked puzzled. Huh? He didn't even remember the role he played. Of course he didn't. He'd been friends with God knows how many people, used who knows how many names. How could he remember each and every act? To him, it was all just performance. But me? I'd been trapped in a play that had ended a decade ago, unable to leave the stage. In that moment, I really wanted to kill him. My hand moved instinctively to the weapon hidden up my sleeve. Zoe yanked me back just in time. He was the reasonable one. There were military forces stationed at this shelter to maintain order. Killing someone here would get me arrested. Guaranteed. He looked toward the doorway where Nolan still sat, coughing again, this time harder. The kids around him immediately rushed to comfort him. "You can see it too, can't you?" Zoe said softly. "He might still look 14, but he's dying."